So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but the reason I moved away from Denver, or wanted to, actually, part of it was the seasons were like uncomfortable for me. I really didn't do well with driving in the snow. And part of it was I was new there, and then while I was new there, I got together with a guy, and then I sort of stopped my social expanding kind of a thing. And so I didn't really have a lot of friends there. And after that, I planned on having kids. And so like all of my mom friends were back in LA. So I thought, well, I think it would be beneficial to be around those people who, we could all help each other, kind of a thing. So I asked my then husband, I said, hey, or actually, no, it was before we were married. And I said, I literally just said, like, I kind of sprung it on him, and I was like, hey, so I was just wondering, do you think, after we get married, can we move to LA? Like go back there. Like, can we go there? And he literally didn't hesitate. Did not hesitate anything at all. No objections. He just literally said to me, yeah, okay, sure. And I went, okay, well, great. I mean, I know it's not like your favorite place in the world, but I think that you could find some things to like about it. He said, yeah, he was honest with me. He was like, yeah, I'm kind of scared of moving there, but let's do it. And he was completely all for it. Didn't give me any objection. He leaned into it. I didn't try to force him. I didn't try to say, we didn't even fight about it. Like, there was no fight. There was no nothing. It was just like, there was no objection at all. I just proposed the idea. And I said, hey, after we get married, do you think we could do this? And he said, yeah. So there was no objection. So that was our plan the whole time. And I think we were engaged for quite a long time. It was, let's see. Yeah, we were engaged for like 2 years. I don't recommend being engaged that long. I recommend a long courtship and a short engagement. So anyway, we did get married in Colorado. But I want to say something else about that. So yeah, man, those Denver days, I've pushed a lot of it out of my mind. I've, haven't thought about it in a long time. And this came after we had already talked about it. Pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yes. So yeah, Denver. My boss, Rex, shot another man at the company that I was working for. So that's another reason why I wanted to leave. Just bad memories. Super bad memories. I spoke to him on the phone once while he was in jail. It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing, man. It was like nothing had happened. He was like, "Hey, Annie, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey, Rex. Hi." This is the most awkward moment of my life. Talking to you on the phone and you're in jail and you literally tried to yourself and you shot another man who was the father of 5 kids. That was how it ended for me. I stayed, I think, about 6 months on after all that happened. It happened around Christmas time of, let's see, December of, would have been 2009, December of 2009. Wow, yeah, wow. Luckily, I wasn't in the building that day. And anyway, so that was another reason why I wanted to leave. I'll talk more maybe later about it, but basically it was this guy that I worked for was like, he was completely cool in my eyes. I never, ever would have suspected anything to do with whatever happened. I mean, like, usually you can, well, I don't know, but just nobody saw it coming. And I didn't want to be around that space anymore or like run into the people that were there or anything like that. So yeah. So that was another reason why we left Denver. But we had already talked about it beforehand. But I never got any resistance at the time for moving to California. So maybe I'll talk about more of this later, but that's it. Have fun. Bye.